Hello and welcome to the final video in my ISA mini series where I've been going over each of the individual ISAs separately and talking about the benefits and restrictions that come with each of them. Today we're going to be talking about the Innovative Finance ISA and to be honest with you, I've been putting this one off or leaving this one till last anyway because it's the one that I'm least knowledgeable about and it's the one ISA that I don't have myself, so I don't have first-hand experience with this one. But saying that, I do think it's important that I include it because it is available to all UK residents and I think it's important to know what your options are when it comes to ISAs. Obviously just do bear in mind that I don't have one of these myself and this is just the research that I've done from the internet and compiled it to make this video. So let's get started. So the Innovative Finance ISA, or the IF ISA, which I'm going to say for short, I think it's the least known about ISA in the UK and I think there is good reason for this and hopefully that reason will become clear in this video. So what is the IF ISA? The IF ISA gives you the opportunity to lend your money to other individuals, businesses or property developers through peer-to-peer lending. And you actually have to go through a third-party company here and they will essentially match up two compatible people. So we'll have one party who wants to borrow a certain amount of money and another party who wants to lend a certain amount of money, and the third party will match up a compatible pair. Now this third party company that does the pairing up actually isn't a bank, so this means that you do get more interest when it comes to lending your money out, but because it's not done through a bank, it's not protected by the FSCS, and this is quite important. So with a bank or any type of ISA that's done through a bank provider, your money is protected by the FSCS, which I think is up to £85,000 of your money is protected in case the company goes bust. With the IF ISA this is not the case, there is no FSCS protection, so if any of the companies that you are using to do with your IF ISA go bust, then you won't get your money back. This means that it is really risky, so you're essentially paying somebody a loan and if that company goes bust then there's no guarantee that you will get your money back. Even some investment providers are covered by the FSCS, so even the stocks and shares ISA and investing your money into the stock market can be safer than this peer-to-peer lending. And to give you an example, this could be Bob down the road opening up his own coffee shop or maybe wanting some extra money for an expansion. You are just giving your money to him in trusting that he'll be able to pay the money back and hoping that, for example, his extension or his new business earns enough money that he'll be able to pay you back more in the long run. There is no guarantee. His business might fail and you might end up losing all your money just as he will lose all of his as well. So when you're thinking about it, do remember that you are just putting your money into somebody else and trusting them that they'll be able to pay it back. But the positive is that you do tend to get higher levels of interest with them, and this interest level is pre-agreed at the beginning of the contract. Some IF ISA providers do actually have a contingency fund or a backup fund in case they do go bust, but this is not a guarantee. Even if a provider does have this fund, it's not a guarantee that you get all of your money back that you lent out. It's just a little bit of a backup in case something does go wrong. So because this is so risky and there's no guarantee that you will get your money back, you are just trusting the borrower. The government did actually crack down some of the laws and the regulations surrounding it in December of 2019. So the government laid down laws restricting how much people could put in to peer-to-peer lending depending on the proportion of their total assets, and also they laid down laws on marketing and also laid out clear guidelines on what exactly it is and what the risks involved are too. The investment company AJ Bell also took a stand and voiced their concerns over everyday investors and the risk involved of everyday people getting their hands on IF ISAs and it actually being quite dangerous because they don't understand the risks involved. And they even suggested that it should be closed to new investors and only be available to maybe people with a lot more money who know exactly what they're doing and can afford to lose a little bit more. If you want to read the article, I'll put it in the description box below. And also some other providers for the Innovative Finance ISA have also got restrictions on who they allow to open up these ISAs, just to ensure that it's not everyday people that actually probably can't afford the risk involved with it. Okay, so transfers. You can only transfer cash into an IF ISA. You can't transfer any peer-to-peer loans that you have or any stocks and shares. You can't transfer them in, it's only cash. So you would have to either sell any investments that you have or get your money back out of a loan that you're already in and then re-loan it out to somebody else once you've got it in the IF ISA. I should also mention tax, as it is a tax-free savings account, and essentially the tax on IF ISAs are you're allowed to have up to £1,000 in interest if you are a basic taxpayer, and over £500 you would have to pay tax on if you're a higher rate taxpayer. And lastly, the IF ISA is also included obviously in your tax allowance. There's 4 different types of ISA, and the allowance is £20,000 for all 4 of these put together. So you're not allowed to save more than £20,000 over all of these collectively in any tax year. Okay, that's all the information that I have on the Innovative Finance ISA for today. I know it hasn't been a huge amount of detail, but I hope it is at least an overview on what the ISA is and some of the risks and benefits involved with it. That's the end of my ISA mini-series. I hope you have enjoyed, or at least found some of it helpful. Please do leave a comment down below on any questions you have or anything you've learnt, or maybe any video suggestions as well would be appreciated. Ta for now! And don't forget to like,